Listen carefully. If nobody in your bloodline has built multi-millions, then you are not simply chasing money. You are confronting inheritance. Not the inheritance written in wills, the inheritance written in behavior. Because wealth patterns travel through families the same way habits travel through generations. You did not only inherit your last name, you inherited conversations. You inherited emotional reactions to money. You inherited risk tolerance. You inherited fear patterns. You inherited invisible ceilings about what life is supposed to look like. And those ceilings are far more powerful than most people realize because they live inside the nervous system, not inside your bank account. The invisible program. Every family carries a financial culture. It is rarely written down, but it is repeated constantly. You heard things growing up. Money is difficult. Be realistic. That's not for people like us. We should play it safe. And those sentences slowly form internal rules. Rules about how much risk is acceptable. Rules about how visible success should be. Rules about how much expansion is allowed before someone starts feeling uncomfortable. This is not simply mindset. This is conditioning. Families pass down financial behavior the same way they pass down recipes, quietly, repeatedly, automatically, and once those patterns enter the nervous system, they begin to shape your decisions without permission. The science behind the pattern: your nervous system calibrates itself to what it repeatedly observes. If money in your childhood meant stress, arguments, financial pressure, instability, then your brain associates wealth with danger. Because the brain does not analyze wealth, it analyzes emotional memory. Behavioral research shows that early environment strongly shapes financial decision-making. Your body remembers patterns long before your conscious mind questions them. So, when a large opportunity appears, something strange happens. Your body hesitates, your breathing changes, your thoughts become cautious, you slow down, not because you lack intelligence, not because you lack skill, but because the opportunity exceeds your inherited baseline. Your nervous system has never practiced operating at that altitude. The brutal truth: extreme wealth cannot be built with a survival identity. Let that sink in. You cannot build generational freedom while thinking like a paycheck protector. Most families operate in maintenance mode. They aim to reduce risk, avoid embarrassment, stay predictable, blend into the environment, and there is nothing morally wrong with stability. But stability rarely produces expansion. Wealth at that level requires a completely different operating system. It requires long-time horizons, capital allocation, ownership thinking, delayed gratification, strategic discomfort, not hustle, ownership, because income maintains life. Ownership transforms lineage. The identity shift: to become the first multi-millionaire in your family, you must upgrade your identity before you upgrade your income. Stop thinking in salaries. Start thinking in assets. Income pays bills. Assets build gravity. Businesses, equity, intellectual property, systems that function even when you are not present. Compounding structures that grow over decades instead of weeks. The wealthy do not only work harder, they operate within different structures. They build machines, and machines scale. Step 1. Audit your financial language. Listen carefully to the words you use when talking about money. Language reveals internal programming. If your vocabulary includes phrases like, "money is hard," "we can't afford it," "that's unrealistic," then your brain is already negotiating against growth. Replace commentary with data. Wealth is not an emotion. It is structure, equity, assets, leverage, scalable systems, compounding time horizons. Remove the emotional drama. Replace it with architecture. Step 2. Expand your risk capacity. Your nervous system must learn that expansion does not equal exile. Start gradually increasing your exposure. Speak in larger rooms. Handle larger responsibilities. Invest in long-term assets. Sit at tables where you are the least experienced person present. Discomfort is not a warning. It is capacity training. The more environments you experience, the more your nervous system adapts. And adaptation creates confidence, not motivational speeches, experience. Step 3. Transition from income thinking to asset thinking. Most people spend their lives trading time for money, hours for dollars, energy for survival, and this structure automatically caps growth because time cannot scale, but assets can. Ownership changes the trajectory of entire bloodlines, businesses, equity stakes, real estate, intellectual property, systems. When your income is connected to assets instead of hours, the rules of expansion change completely. You are no longer running faster, you are building leverage. Step 4. Detach from approval. Becoming the first multimillionaire in your family requires something uncomfortable. You will outgrow familiar patterns, and when that happens, approval may shrink. Some people will say you changed, some will question your priorities, some will become distant. This is not betrayal, this is transition. Every lineage contains a pattern breaker, one person who absorbs the discomfort of expansion. So the next generation inherits stability instead of struggle. You are not abandoning your family, you are upgrading the probability for everyone who comes after you. Spiritually, there is also a deeper layer to this transformation. Across many traditions, the idea is simple. Energy follows structure. When your habits align with growth, results begin to follow alignment. When you organize your life around ownership, discipline, and long-term thinking, the environment begins responding differently because clarity attracts opportunity, and opportunity expands stability. This is not magic, it is alignment between behavior and direction. At some point, every potential pattern breaker faces a simple question, not "Can I do this?" but "Am I willing to think differently from everyone before me?" Because becoming the first multimillionaire in your family is not really about money. It is about identity. It is about capacity. It is about vision. Break the ceiling once, and the ceiling disappears for everyone who comes after you. The chain was never destiny. It was simply repetition, and repetition can always be redesigned. Break the poverty chain, reset the lineage, and build something your future family will never have to fight for again. If you found this content valuable, take a second to support the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. It helps us reach more people who need these insights. I've also recommended a few powerful books to help you go deeper into this topic. You'll find the links in the comments. If it resonates, grab your copy and start applying it. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.